long since adapted to the changes that Sunset brought way back then.
Russia is holding a devious angle on main. Oh my god.
Came out in that A direction. Tension really building. They know BLG are on the precipice here. They just need to give them a little push. Nair flashes himself out. Bolline was going to come from anyway. And why is he tries to swing off it? The fault line caught Neon. And now BLG down to 3. Guardian in hand for Rushi has got to stand his ground now. Found the Prowler. And all of a sudden, sent around a dodge. They're leaving.
There are 15 seconds left. John is taking the spike all the way through spawn. Can he get
so much?
Oh, okay. Rushi sees this. He knows they're going to get ahead of this.
One
oh my god,
remaining.
this timing is
just.
Bro, okay, all right. I mean, sure, that was
0.33 seconds remaining. That is the tightest clearance that you could ask for, and BLG, again it's Levius, just in dismay, has to drag himself onto the site and face the music. The Sentinels, it's like a coffin.
That is going to make them so dangerous. They've replaced Fracture, which they didn't like, with one of their home maps. John opening things up already, collecting a kill top mid. I think Neff might have just peeked out by that dark cover.
Smoke, yeah. Rushia, once again with the Guardian in hand, has always opted for this when the money has been there. We just saw how deadly he is with a single shot. Now, Narrate's selling this, obviously not always normal to have your fade be that lurking aspect, so he's going to rejoin with the rest of the team. Mid is open for them. Market has some architecture that needs to be dismantled. There's the trap wire. That'll be dealt with nicely. Levius not in a position to play off of it. And now SEN, Simmer. As things start to come to a boil, let's swing at his smoke now. See Zekin break the crosshair placement and deal with Levius. SEN had the numbers overwhelming that sole defender of the site. And YZ, all-star YZ has to salvage. That's a good start. Rushia down, no big damage done. And YZ eventually will be dealt with. Electrifying play from Zekin in a 4-piece. It was not the story for Sentinels on Sunset, not by any stretch. Alright, hit Prowler on the corner. Zekin plays off of it stunningly. That's Knight down. Sees to follow up with the nade. Already, though, BLG have pulled the plug on that big foray into tree, though Nev is unsupported.
Just praying to find some kind of timing through door, but that is being watched by not just one player, 2. This shear is about to be activated. Double push past it. They want to fight these players. Nade is going to do some damage. Swing out from Levius. Can they spike this?
Oh, he just headbutts that bullet. Narrate's handing out free haircuts. Shakes Bilibili off this mound position, and Zekin's inching forward. Here comes a hit. Razorvine comes out, going to be avoided by YZ. Extreme low. YZ! It's not a molly, but close enough. John down though. Rush is having to deal with him with that classic, and Levius has got some sharp shooting here. What is this? Dominating!
What is
Sentinels
happening?
on that B side. Utter pandemonium. And Zelsa's here, of course, is a beat behind the action. Rushia makes the turn, sees him come.
Even at that, he gets the dig onto him, double face. Zelsis, there's no hope.
Okay, well, welcome to the... Rushia, though, not so fetid. He's able to push ahead. Make short work here of Sentinels into the grinder. They've become mulch here on Lotus.
Well, they were stacked up on the proper site, but BLG were just overwhelming with the numbers, with the superior weapons, not really able to get anything done at all. Bang left on his lonesome.
Behind the Prowler, though, plenty of util left for K-Knight. Zekin just trying to play his life as well as he can here through Apple, but that Snakebite is going to make it, in theory, a little bit more challenging. Just bank a nade here. Response, oh, the C's as well. Rushia, though, is able to get clear of the blast. And that combo fizzles.
BLG can't take too much forward space, but they have a couple players in baby door right now. Things could get awkward. Sen can dump so much utility on them right now.
They do. Rushia near side, and Zekin with one paltry point of health is able to get his, and Narrate found double. Levius is squeezed up on the side. Rushia is still there, trying to crouch, trying to hide away, trying to live.
Might be my opportunity to go. It's going to be a bit lighter, but it's not like this round. Sen have 3 players ready to go. Nade, sees, caught right onto Rushia. He has to teleport to safety.
Took some damage off that though, didn't he? Just a lick though. Zekin is able to get back. Why is he dealt with? Bang has the TP out of what could have been a pretty hostile situation, and so the rubber fire goes very poorly for Bilibili. There's a pause in the action almost. as it sees nade combo came in. And from now on, Bilibili have to account for that threat. I have to TP across to Rubble, maybe not up.
And they're able to get so much value playing around that tree position with the Guardian. Eventually, I'm sure he's going to try to pick up the Odin as well. What can BLG do here? As SEN are more than content to just play this nice and slow and go for the retake when they need to.
Second sees is coming. K9 attempts a wide swing, but second looking comfortable. Strips Neff down to 16 health. Levis has already earned that Steel Garden. That spike is dropped just outside of Baby Door. It's going to be a very difficult recovery mission.
This round looks like
one enemy
destined to come to a slow crumble for BLG, who will have enough to continue the pressure, buying up on the next round fully. But this is well done from SEN. They've been able to get to a couple of crucial ultimates for the next buy round too. They've got the Showstopper and the Nightfall, so they have many tools to use to try and extend their lead.
We've seen the variations from SEN on this defense side. Quite often the action is where Bang himself is.
Full re-clear through Rubble. In the meantime, Bilibili slowed down at the moment by some of that defensive utility, waiting out the cloud. They're going to have to burst in. Ultimate from YZ Zelson is out in the open, and he's caught, traded though.
That sheer wall, though, is in play. This is slowing Bilibili down. Now, though, it drops. They're able to push here over towards Bend.
There are going to be so many ultimates involved in this retake. Second can get back in with the Showstopper, with this Nightfall at the same time. Steel Garden, though, hoping to make it so that SEN can't scale off of their own ultimate.
It has definitely slowed Sentinels down. Not confident, of course, without their primaries to push him, but Zekin doesn't need it. Oh, that's awkward. He'll take Rushia with him at the very least. Odds are evened. John steps up. 2 players here out of Waterfall for Sentinels. And they see the Shoulder of Night. The double high-low stack, though, is tough for them to break. John knows Neff is around the corner, and he doesn't have the health to withstand anything.
This certainly implies that Bilibili want to maybe slow down the game. I mean, Second is just caught spamming through with a stinger. At least Bang there for the trade back. Rubble.
Mark, though, has to get out.
Here.
And for SEN, happy enough with a result like that. Zelsis has his own Steel Garden now, could be pretty effective here. Push comes to shove at the big side of TP forward from Rushi, already gets himself there. Zelsis waits. Spike loose. Oh, that's a desperate scenario here for BLG, but why is he popping himself up? What an upshot. Narrate peers on him, but Levis is able to find the trade. And again, it is down to John. John in a 1 versus 2. John, who had to leave his Viper's pit and try and salvage the round at B.
That is bold, but necessary from YZ. Finding that trade, and from there Bilibili maintain it, trading further, getting this advantage, putting all of the pressure on John on a round where both teams economically have so much at stake. Time has dwindled so much due to this heaven rotate.
John's not going to see much here. He has a snake bite, and Rushi just
have some stingers. If Zelsis finds an opportune moment to use that Steel Garden, that could be enough to win them the round. They have full A control, and with all of that noise being made, easy call for Bilibili to get this free B site.
Now, no stingers now looking a little bit awkward at the periphery of the map. TP, I mean, ultimate fall from Rushia into B. They were convinced they'd have that one dead to rights, and they weren't wrong. SEN here have to look for a way to employ Stingers, Sheriffs, and this singular Bulldog. Line up for Zekin. Comfortable double swing that outwits him. Mind you, that operator has been maintained, even though YZ went down previously, so it should be a comfortable end to the round for Bilibili. They've got all players up. They've still got util to spend. Sentinels probably don't want to feed them too much more old economy.
Will say that Bilibili would love to hang on to these guns. They still have a couple players at really low cash.
Okay.
Nice snap from K-Knight. Finally able to get on the board in this round.
Where are you?
This is definitely an inflection point in the first half, round 9. See Sentinels finally get some rifles under their belts, but there's that operator punishing these contact peaks.
Go get it.
It ended up being a 1-for-1.
There's been a lot of early trades in this half, just like that.
Look
in
at
the
where
meantime,
John is playing.
Poison
So far back.
Poison's
up
off.
a lot towards this A site, but again, you know, they can just feel fairly content to play this for the retake when they still do have that Steel Garden and have the potential to collapse into that site off the back of it. But now SEN want to get Back in, entrenching the site, anchoring positions now that they're doubled up. They have the read on the situation. Obviously, Bilibili making a lot of noise. They want to execute Center, getting over here. Narrate, no one to trade onto him. Finds the advantage for Sen.
And that was all before a Nightfall came down. Sentinels take the risk of being susceptible to that in order to have a player posted forward to get an easy kill. Now the momentum starting to peter off. YZ has to just skirt around that razor vine and trigger the shear wall. Needs to try and find a way to use this op.
30
How
seconds
far
left.
will this madman push with the op in the waterfall?
Has he heard this? No, there's a player making noise behind him.
No way!
Okay, rewarded and not punished as two players from Sentinels quickly try and spring to attention. No horse presence for the defenders. YZ is going to be permitted to push up here again.
If he catches his second kill right now, the Nightfall could certainly be enough to win this round.
Bang wanted to check the site. It's unclear if he got any information about where YZ is set up. Okay, the Nightfall, but later leaving from Bilibili. Look at how decayed they are. It's easy.
Player standing.
Able to spray two of them down. Narrate has to challenge YZ here. Blast pack to try and disrupt. Shorty in hand. He knows exactly where his assailant would come from, and YZ!
Right now, Sen, they're trying to be fast on the pivot. They've got Zek in here. Narrate wants to get back sight again. Assist John when the pressure is coming in, when he's blinded up by the paranoia.
It expires quickly enough. The YZ's brought down by Narrate. He's watching it from that high ground. John gets absolutely saved. Neff's the one with the op here. Having to peer out from Tree Center. Not going to offer up any freebies. Look where that spike is. That is going to be an extremely oppressive scenario that Bilibili have to fight into. And Nev has to do it by pushing up with the operator.
This round should simply be unwinnable for Bilibili. There should not be any way.
Sick round from Narrate. Wyatt, he was the standout. Sentinels in their last game. Won't be able to do more than 3 here, but should be enough. Okay, all of a sudden, John brought down. Viper's Peak going to be deployed by Neff, but he still needs to plant Steel Garden. But he has a shorty inside the pit. Not the worst scenario for him. And he'll wait this out, maybe look for a timing to swing out of the wall, and he's found Bang! Wall will cut him off. Steel Garden.
He's going to get that C site for free. Do Sen try and actually pull back in here? They have a few players near it. Wow, look at this pivot from Bilibili to have to go through the thorns. Bay wants to swing off of it. Trades coming through, but now the site is taken. Spike should be able to be planted, but Sen have other ideas.
Now, YZ decayed very, very low. Sentinels though don't really follow up on the Nightfall instantly. Simply choose to get in position.
Yeah, cut off by some of those mollies, the thorns on the ground. Nate going to do some damage tonight, and it actually nets the kill.
Decker now with the showstopper. Stopped in his tracks. YZ with an op shot now. He's in the thick of things. In the heart of the maelstrom, YZ wants to push up and with this op. Oh, are you kidding me? Devastating impact from YZ. Almost an ace for him, but Delsis is able to interfere.
He gets the damage through the wall. Delsis down to 10. A little bit of regen, and he is going to get out of there. No cash left. Needs to save this. YZ is a menace.
And again, it's just absurd. Operator pushes onto that B side like we saw those few rounds ago where he saves it for Bilibili. But it is enough.
YZ now just one orb away from getting the showstopper.
Delsis here operates off his own util. That's Levius down. Oh, this boy! He's mad! Zelsis got the dog inside him.
Spike down.
Takes 3 just as BLG hoping to swoop in and get a nice 8-round halved. He has thrown the stick in the smoke, so they've gone over the handlebars.
Damn, that play genuinely looked angry. Some fury on the defense there from Zelsis. He looked so locked in. It's all on Rusha in a near impossible situation. Zekin still has Sappers to get back in. He can just send it, distract, while everyone else will collapse onto him. They have plenty of options here.
Bang there's having to deal with him in the end.
They want to swing off this paranoia, presumably crunch through the door even. These two players, Bang and Zekin, could be in real danger. Here it comes.
Like the trap. Roshia though, cut down by Zekin, who didn't think there'd be a follow-up, and Levius is there.
Pushed up so far that he was, luckily for him, able to dodge that paranoia. Now Sen, they are pivoting towards this A side where BLG have drifted. They are in the right positions at the moment, giving up C. Neff weak though, backside, going to be challenging to anchor against the Horde.
This is pretty quick moves though from Sentinels up onto the A side. No upper presence yet for the defenders, and Neff gives as good as he gets.
He'll take one for one with that low HP.
K-Knight now straight to drop. Here comes that attack side Viper Ball now. It's a little bit annoying. YZ can't see past it. K-Knight might need to be activated to disrupt a potential plant. So the paint shells had the intended effect.
Some players getting weak.
K-Knight flag! Right-click City!
Last player standing.
And they are both very low, below 60.
30 seconds
Sells
left.
him with the sheriff, but K-Knight thought he had him. Get something for this Outlaw. Some little ROI farming. And he might get something from Neff. Oh, buddy. Neff, though, doesn't overcommit. Narrate doubles back to the angle. And will handle the interloper. Oh. If only just.
The right click almost got him.
Spam here, Zekin says, okay, something to be had here, and he's right. 3 kills with the Stinger. Only Levius to survive, only to perish to the blood.
Now with the wall down, you do have Rushi with that Guardian on this A side, just jiggle peeking.
30
now,
seconds left.
Calling it.
He knows what the situation is. Wisely, does he try to timing this? He goes through the molly!
Vulnerable enough, he's too easy to bring down, and Sentinels here have gotten exactly what they were looking for. Drawing Bilibili out of the defensive lines and straight out into the sunlight. And now Bilibili realized, man, we were so active, so good at responding to these early probes. And then they overheated just a little bit, losing to the SEN bonus. Not just losing to the bonus, Wyatt, but allowing it to be a flawless round for the attackers. That is backbreaking.
They maintain their focus over towards that CB.
Pretty standard. We have Zelsis obviously watch C. He's got the Outlaw in hand to punish a push-up. And BLG, do they want this fight again? Zekin's got hands. Rushia finds out the hard way. YZ doesn't fancy any of it. He's only playing with a classic here. Such a weird assortment of guns.
Yeah, it is bizarre, right? I mean, Neff, yeah, unfortunately only just setting up a 700. Maybe these rifles can make something happen. Matter of fact, both of them have looked like intentions of maybe pushing out a B, but that's not going to be the case for the defense. SEN have inserted Narrate over towards Rubble. Potential fight against YZ where he's highly favored. Far superior gun.
And they're going to use him to try and sell this.
Yeah, they even throw a dark cover towards stairs, and it's working.
Oh God, they're all departing from C.
They have fully bought it.
Bilibili, I mean, they can't take too many risks. If they think there's a stack opportunity, they've got to take it with these weaker weaponry.
And YZ, he just didn't know while that Viper's wall was up how many players actually crossed there.
We'll get this later. Oh my goodness, guy! Eyes in the back of his head. Very timely swing there from Narrate.
Now that would have been their way into this round, into a realistic retake, but now and after that, it is certainly not the case.
Now just happy to post up here in this seaside. Zekin challenging Waterfall. K-Knight forced off the line and low with a Phantom in hand. He likely doesn't want to wager it. And another flawless round on the horizon here for Sentinels.
We are right back to saving. K-Knight going
Spoke too soon.
Get away, Narrate. Have to be where the half changes for BLG, where it's going to feel like they are absolutely down and out. They've committed everything they've got, and it pays off for YZ.
That's exactly what they're looking for. The contact move up on B main. No more Vice in the map for Zen. Non-committal though in this early approach to the round. They had the spike left behind. They might feel the need to re-clear a little bit that B area before they head elsewhere.
Toxin screen down.
Prowler thrown out from K-Knight towards B. Doesn't spot anyone at SEN, silently working their way towards Mound when they had been posted up. When they go for this execute, you could see a world where, you know, Zek and Satchel's in, the rest of the guys get cut off by a sheer wall. Rusha's ready with a paranoia. This could get dangerous. They're ready to anchor BLG.
Zekin bounds on in, Rushia down, tries to play it safe, getting over towards the site. But Levis is good for 2. Narrate's going to be stuck here, decayed down. His position known and noted. K-Knight and Levis in no hurry as John can't even get into the site with the spike in hand. And he's
positioning and go towards Mound. All of Sentinels have taken Rubble on the opposite side of the map.
Rushia has to play safe, passive, and it's bang, brought down. A couple steps ahead of the rest of his team, but Narrate at least able to find the trade. Bilibili responding to this quickly. It's a Prowler looking to check that A side proper as Elsis gives Yorb a tap. I think he takes some hits there. Tries to back up. Neff forced away by the snake bite though. Here's a steel guard for the attack side to pave the way for a plant.
K-Knight had intentions of retreating for a while, and the Steel Garden ensures that. Billy having to go for the full retake. Second is posted up so close.
Sees the Prowler now. They know, and they make use of that information to get rid of Zekin, but John is there to find the trade. Nightfall for the attack side now, and Knight doesn't know what's coming. Neff with a wrap from drop. John finds his third for the round, and YC's op is not the ideal tool for this job.
As they're activating that door, the shear wall is still here. They've had trouble dealing with that on some of these prior C executes. It's been tough for them to manage.
Not the right weaponry to sort of follow up on that haunt. Sheer wall is still a problem. SEN don't have a way to safely clear it, to trigger it. They've got to go B.
Not even very much damage actually done. We are down to 20 seconds right now. Second satcheling in, a couple players on defense. Rusha gets the first of the span through. John was just so weak.
And there's not much more to gain from this now. Zelsis heading over towards the seaside, but that shield wall's going to get come up either way, and Neff will be waiting. Narrate steps up, and this is tit for tat stuff, round for round. Now the second wave, Paranoia thrown in. This is awkward. Zekin not affected by it, but the rest of Sentinels are. Now though, time to burst forward. Wall comes down, and so does YZ. That's the op out of the game. Russia has to ult from the shadows to TP back to his spawn for safety, and that opens this side of the map up for Sentinels.
Second is taking so much space. Russia wants to get back there, but completely misreading the timings that were available to SEN to scale.
He thinks he can get in way earlier than that. And he was wrong. Bilibili now, you notice, yes, picking up these rounds here and there, but because there's been a patchwork of back and forth, it's much harder to justify throwing themselves in a 3v5 scenario with no control of the site and with no duelist to work with.
If that position from YZ got really messed up in the moment, it's tough to play around that Viper's wall.
Wall at sea, which has been more than a small nuisance for SEN.
And there are still two anchors there, out in the open. That has to be traded.
The opening of the door is so big for Bang. He paves the way for a firing line of Sentinels to look at the seaside defenders. Now they've gotten in once again with a two-player advantage. YZ might have to entry this with a showstopper, but Zekin is waiting for him to make his way out of that B connector. And he's ready for K9 as well. Bring me another, he says, and YZ acquiesces. An easy pick-off once more for the Rays. And it is a dastardly scenario that Russia has to find a way to unravel. And with this Guardian, he's got no choice but just to go for it. SEN encircling him to get away from the blast. Bilibili
putting on a show on Lotus.
Bilibili have got a lot to commit into a round like this though. Bang has already gotten pretty far forward, and Russia sees that barrel. The Guardian he maintained from the previous round pays dividends. And that showstopper will be avoided. Maybe a little bit quick on the trigger finger is YZ. That Ray's ultimate's off the table now.
And John just able to get a little bit off to the left there from YZ's perspective. Again, this is a situation where you do have Narrate over towards that C-mount side, just controlling the space, ensuring that no one is pushing up. Viper's Pit here now, going to make a potential execute there. An absolute nightmare.
And you mentioned it, Sentinels don't have those big initiator ultimates to work with. Don't have a showstopper quite yet. Just inches short in all of those categories.
Maybe if they had the Nightfall, then they could throw that at the Pit, Prowler, the Viper, something like that, but it's not an option right now.
So is it a hard force? Hoping to catch a player positioned far forward, like we'd seen from YZ in the past, but BLG are actually giving a lot more map control over
30
here.
seconds left.
Now SEN are going to run into this.
YZ, does he dare jump up?
Shot through the box, he needs to see over this wall and can't quite, so that's tree access now gained by Sentinels. Rushi though is ready. Pure stopping power. This time it's a Guardian shot to John QT's cranium. 12 seconds left. Sentinels have to go. Zekin getting sprayed down, but is able to find Rushi. YZ trying to disrupt with the blast pack, but gets caught out. Knight deals with Narrate. Zekin and Zelsis back to back for the series.
Steel Garden should be connecting onto both though. Zelsis on the run. Zekin just has the shorty trying to play back sight, but the showstopper as well. He got that with the spike going down.
Zelsis is going to be jumped on in tree. Got nowhere to go. Primaries are available again. Back to back. Zekin and Zelsis put Neff in a solo situation. Signed, sealed.
But when they hit hard.
Pistol round.
YZ.
Coming in, folks. Eyes on YZ like he pushed up. It's Zekin getting in their face already.
Strike down A.
Trying to get up over towards that belt's direction. Gets his, but YZ is still standing.
That's something that Bilibili are going to have to be aware of playing on attack. It's so easy for the Omen to get some of these forward positions. Play from belt, play from pipes.
No Sentinels presence here at A, and they're not convinced that that's where Bilibili are ending yet. Of course, Elsis has pushed up, ready to watch a drift back in the B direction, which is a little bit more tightly held, but now, just now, these rotates are coming through to the A side. Bilibili looking to pave the way.
They're just biding their time. They're seeing if anyone from Sentinels' backside would have gone for a peek. Maybe they can get a man advantage that way. Neff spots out Zelsis. Everyone from B rotating off. Do they expect this long?
They're going to crunch him.
Well, they certainly do now. He has to convert. Neff finding the advantage for Bilibili as the rest of the team pivot back towards this B side, and it looks like he wants to go for more. What a shot!
Out of nowhere comes Neff. Heads are rolling. The IGL from Bilibili making an early statement.
30 seconds left.
Nice little pivot back here from our Chinese number 2 roster. See the vulnerability of Zelsis in mid and pounce on him.
That is a cheeky plant too for mid under tube. You don't see that often. And Narrate was already even tagged.
It's unlikely he's going to be able to encourage a bounce back to A for Bilibili. And now they hear the marshal ring out. They know it's about to get heavy. Pressure on John as he backs away. Harbour wall's going to be set up now as SEN will have a chance to fight for this.
Looks like YZ wants to go hunting, playing up top, unexpected position.
Takes a bit of damage, drops on down, but the rest of Sentinels are considering throwing themselves at the situation. Knight from Yellow spray through that Viper wall. His double controller can be very oppressive to play against, and YZ finds a time to get back in. Knight cleans off Narrate, trying to control from Crow's Nest. And Zekin and John. Yeah, not long for this one. Great little shock dart that catches the KO out, and Zekin has not got
Muffins into that bonus. Look at the amount of rifles they recovered. Look at their economy already. 4 players at 5K or so.
There's going to be a lot of work for SEN to try and keep a lid on this and to get us Narrate embroiled in an early engagement. YZ doubles down.
7-1 for him already. YZ is a relentless player. He only holds down W. He will always go for more. Even if there's not a util to support him, he'll just play off of whatever he's got. He's going to always take the fight to you.
And Narrate now is learning that the hard way. No chance to deploy any of that Gecko util falling early. John's about to swing this from lower rafter. Does he have a timing on Knight? Gives himself up.
And in the meantime, yeah, look at Neff. He has worked his way up tube again. This turret has been watching this position. So if he goes a bit further, he's going to have to break that. The rest of Bilibili making a late round pivot towards B. This has been the name of the game for them so far. Send that one lurker, typically Neff, get some space, which he succeeded at. Pressure the other side of the map with a pack and then pivot back.
Zekin tried to put that one way back up there, Wyatt, but it looks like Bilibili a little bit too fast for him. Caught out of green here by this Nano Swarm, and Levius is affected by the paranoia. So Zekin decides to tuck in Snowman. SEN want to take a pitched engagement here after the plant.
Oh, it is dangerous. Their harbor is down, so they don't have that additional high tide to actually obscure the view from these angles. And Zekin takes full advantage of that. There's not enough power to keep that Viper wall up, so K9 can actually get away.
Challenging the dig BLG out of these entrenched positions around the B side. Zelsis, though, does get a spot. That 0 point was pretty helpful. Does he drop down and take a fight? He's looking for a gun barrel. Sees it on the right, but Neff's too quick with the left side swing. John will flash himself out here. Zekin has to take that yellow fight, and John succeeds. It's all on YZ now. A great start to the round, but he can't quite land the plane. To keep the pressure on. Here's now drone Narrate in a pretty aggressive position, and bang, is there to follow up.
I mean, that.
And up to Crow's Nest. They'll be posted up on 410. SEN, all 5 guns in the game for a retake. A very flash-heavy composition. First, it's a bit of information. Thrash is going to go ahead, see what he can spot out. Rushia's on top of 410, and he'll be brought down by Bang. He's been very snappy in these rounds. Night falls by the wayside. Now it's Neff and Levius who have to play from a long distance. Neff IGL, all on his own, and that is stunning. It's up to Zelsis and John to bring him down, but John's on the defuse, still gets the job done. Ironclad nerds to keep the stick. Neff exit. Harbour wall to follow up on the Viper one. The BLG under the cover of all of this site. Obscuring Util will have their plant.
Just walking through. He's just walking through the walls.
But he can. He's not walking into a high-low setup like he was the previous round. It was that singular player of Zelsus. And he wasn't even in an aggressive spot. Viper's bit to follow up here. Zekin found YC to again.
Not slow down. He's just going to keep fighting.
Maybe that's exactly what SEN are hoping for. They've even up the odds now. Okay. Here's the null command. Rushia has to respect the fragment, stepping to the side of it now, still occupying this pit, but takes a big hit down to 30. It's dangerous, but Rushia thrives in these circumstances, and the spray is good. 2 for the Harbor. Levy is now playing from Crow's Nest. Sees John on the low ground with all these ultimates. It's just too much to handle. BLG, though. YC's licking his lips, looking to put this blade sword to work. Reckoning also going to be deployed now. It's a lot for SEN to manage with these weaker weapons, and YZ, floated like a butterfly, gets hit pretty hard though there, dropped low. Zelsus did fall by the wayside, and here's K-Knight in to the cookie jar. And we'll have his meal. It's all on Zekin now. We'll step up and let this one be done without much events.
Absolutely.
Pivoting away from a bomb site once they gain enough info. Now we're headed over towards the B direction, and as always, Nev trying to play through me, but this time John is ready. Playing from Boiler.
Oh, and Zekin just unaware of what's going on, and Zelsus tries to swing in for him. They end up going 2 for 2. Not a horrendous result. Safety in the cove to get this spike down for Russia. How do Bilibili want a position right now? They're going back into B main. Why is he going far away? It looks like he wants to try to rewrap through mid. The danger is the spike isn't exactly planted for him, so he's going to have to pick up the pace and get really deep towards that site.
Wow, up on top of 2, but he's made a bunch of noise, and bang is ready for him. Never change, YZ.
Found them.
2 players over here towards yellow. That's what BLG are working with in this post plant. John is readying a pop off this flash. Rushia moves in. Oh my goodness, again! That is ungodly from Rushia!
Running over them mechanically, and it took SEN until the second half to get their heads in the game. But right now, things are getting completely out of hand. Feels even more so than with Wolves yesterday.
Here comes all of the Harbor Util deployed. Cove placed out a little further into the open. K-Knight able to get a plant despite being a bit more exposed. And there's Rushia yet again. Sharpest attack. Narrate tries to show.
Just another reckoning already. Absurd.
And they're making great use of this now. SEN really having their jimmies rustled. Only with these sheriffs to go to work with. Another clean execute. BLG once more. Alright, what is this?
Split right now. The rare A split.
Okay, we've got some pressure coming from A-Main at the same time as well. Narrate has fallen on the side. John getting a little bit nervous, but he's going to spray him anyway. Oh, it's a 3-piece for the Moroccan mastermind. And he knows there are players on the side for Bilibili. Bites his time. Gets second up by Rafters to take the fight, but Levius beats him to the punch and through the smoke, apparently. Levius deals with John.
You should run.
Numbers are even now, and both teams go for these lockdowns simultaneously. A Venn diagram of disaster in the middle, and Zelsus waits on them to come on out and give him a... To listen out. Looking for his latest dose of diet milk.
Cover going out.
Oh, what happened to Zekin there? He's very, very low. Just some trades here. Shots through the one way, most likely. Favor Bilibili, and there's John.
Oh my god.
Nonchalant is YZ.
I'm liking this round from Bilibili right now with YZ fighting this middle area of the map. The rest of the team making a lot of noise B main, and then I believe they run away out of B main to try and audio cue a pivot. Is Narrate going to catch YZ here? He's trapped between 2 players.
Caught an audible. YZ now reveals himself. Narrate's got the timing. Finally, the thorn in the side for SEN has been extracted, but plant down at B behind all of this controller util.
That offered enough distraction that neither anchor could focus on main. Thrash coming through Paranoia into B main as well. Counter Hunter's Fury, just can't connect onto Narrate.
A little bit too low. Neither Narrate nor Zelsus affected. Rushia in this position, we saw him rip a shot on towards Crow's Nest a couple rounds back. This time a little bit more patient. Levy is in position for a wrap. SEN surely. Oh, they've got a turret watching the timing, but it doesn't seem to matter because they're fighting over the B. It's favoring this Chinese squad. It is Russia dominating yellow.
I'm hoping to catch someone.
They're pinging Zelsus' location, but the turret's been extracted from that area. Levy's pulled it out. And Neff doesn't quite have a sharp enough peek around the corner. Zekin. Gotta be joining the team now.
Okay, K-Knight wants to get in a cheeky position to even things up, but he's triple swung. Center so prepared for that. Probably expecting YZ to be up there, to be frank, but They'll be happy to get that kill regardless.
Through the high tide, expect multi-swings on YZ. He's got to get out. Cloudburst away with the paranoia and effect. Russia, though, again, surely not. He backs up. Takes John QT out of the game and then falls back to a more safe position. He gets a second. How is he getting away with this? Levius and YZ now have to fight for this in a short-handed situation. He's on the spike location and in the middle of the dark cover. He dispatches Narrate. Now, though, overwhelmed. Zekin and Zelsus to the rescue. And Levius sees one of them, but he can't stop Zelsus. This game. With a pistol now. Already early push up from Bilibili here. YZ, unsurprisingly at the front, and Zekin is waiting.
Nice little classic right click to open things up for Sen on a much-needed pistol round. Now taking their time. Zekin's going to wait for the rest of the team to be able to group up so they can take B main together. Neff just hoping to get one kill and then escape, and he does exactly that.
That was Narrate, poor guy. Get taken down there. So that at least has given Bilibili a bit more confidence, evening the ledge. There's now an encroachment from the SEN side on A, and it's just K-Knight who's watching for belts.
Bro is out in the open. Just watching for belt. Recon going to go through today. Attempt to swing onto pressure coming both sides of the map.
That, well, gets swung on. K-Knight's the one that precipitates that action. He is very exposed in that spot. Here's Russia. He also pretty exposed and on his own.
Fellas, we're getting a little bit too silly with these peaks right now. Sen are exploiting that overextension and aggression from the defenders. Now Levius wants to get in a decent position. He's good for the one. I love the way he's playing. This is the perfect. Is he sick?
That is raw sauce. And there is Neff to come to the rescue. That could... There's pistols, and Neff says, well, don't mind if I do.
He loves just pushing up, getting one and leaving. He gets away with it again. But of course, this is just Sen on all classics. Pretty standard way to take yellow there. We're going to probably see that a couple more times in this half, where you have Zekin teleport across, basically pseudo-jet, while that flash comes through from John.
Neff trying to see what he can find. YZ, front center, delivers. Zekin flattened Russia. Pick it up where he left off. And he'll have himself a defuse here because of course. In the middle of the dark cover is YZ, hovering over them like a spectre. Holding onto it as well. It's Narrate and taken out, and he just drops back.
With the Spectre as well, and now they want to double up, play back yellow. They have been spotted out by the 0 point stealing. Nice little cascade to play off. I like that Ramusha giving good utility to support, to these anchors.
Slowly, Bilibili giving up this map control, but they're always forcing Sen to part with their util in order to do so. Very expensive advancement for Sen across the map here.
Zelsus is hoping to be on his Neff arc going through tube. Hoping to have as much impact as the Viper did on those attack side lurks. He's hearing a lot of movement there, actually.
Toxins going
The players going through kitchen. That should alert the rest of the team that they can get into this B site off the wall. And it's nice when you have those additional dark covers as well. You can cover up, obscure that angle from Snowman, make it safer to play.
Oh, God. Zelsa surely has heard this. Looks like very quickly YZ got under tube. So Zelsus hasn't been able to be effective from this position outside of just radioing back some of this information.
Look at that second, puts a dark cover on the turret so he can get by undetected.
Levius is taken down here. Second, playing from yellow. Knight has to step up here. Santa got 3 guns in the game still. K-Knight needs to find a way to extract them. Maybe take Bank first. But it's a big ass, and Zelsus finally activates.
He's in the action. Common, because YZ will love to just stand up there, activate the dash, go for an early fight. Oh my god, again, Neff, speaking of early fights, just wants to keep trying to get these tight angle picks in main and then fall away. That time, punished hard for it.
This is something we've seen Sen do already this tournament. On the attack side, punish these individual wide swings, risky plays from their opponents, and there's Zelsus. Sometimes the best laid plans go to waste. That one, though, at least results in a 1-for-1. And Sen have a pretty heavy-handed post-plant scenario now. And now I think Bilibili say, we don't have a whole lot to do here.
That was nice from Zelsus, just able to timing that drone. And again, this is another round where he gets a lot of information over towards A, because Bilibili, they are so far pushed up. They are trying to drone that deep, which is pretty wild. And so he just knows that, hey, the rest of you just go on into B. It's either light or free at this point. I mean, most likely light, you know, little one anchor playing far back, maybe spam angle through Snowman, something like that. And so they're happy to just take that site for free yet again.
A bunch of questions about, John moving into this more initiator-focused role. Some people speculated that after Viper's Wall, though, will be a factor and in play.
30 seconds left.
Narrate's looking to try and get up a plant.
They're really trying to delay with these mollies, and in fact, if time gets low enough, they might want to use this Reckoning if they can stop the Wingman.
They didn't. Wingman gets the plant down, and John and Bang get to work. Ooh, buddy, blink and you miss it. So he probably has to be a little bit cognizant of that. Strong wind would blow him over.
Try and take this mid-cross, which is going to be... Oh my god, okay!
We just said it! Not the kind of caster curse I'm sure Wisey would have liked. No armor, very susceptible to that spray down through the smoke, and that's a high-value kill that Sen got. Zekin, though, is out of the game.
I like that confidence from Levius hearing the teleport, swinging out to even things up. High Tide, a cycle when that Viper Wall drops. The lockdown is placed. Bilibili try to fight or just get out. K-Knight is hoping to just get a spam kill before retreating out of it. They will play this safe.
There are, amidst this, getting Neff in a backstab position, but he's spotted out by the turret and actually has to call a cancel on that. Narrate's in the side. Here comes a Viper's pit now from Sentinels to shore things up. K-Knight swings out. John, man, he's been solid. Finds his one. Rushi, though, has been very, very dangerous in situations not unlike this one. Zelsis knew this was coming. The turret got broken about 10-15 seconds ago, and he knew Narrate's okay. Gets in there and interrupts Rushia. And now Levius credited with that first kill of the round on Zekin. This is just too much to expect from him. And Narrate's stand. They've got a bit of info here. Bladestorm's at the ready for Wisey. The timing looks pretty good. Here's nobody. Okay, just one affected by that 0 point. An income Sentinel trying to make this hit, but Bang is taken down. Wisey eviscerates him now as K-Knight tries to crouch and spray. It's no good.
Long range that frenzy. Not going to do a whole lot. I mean, I like John using Null Command to turn those knives off, but he's just hungry for more. Traded out.
Still, Wisey is in that flanking position. Sen know there might be a little bit of a clock, and the knives are back out and ready to go. But Narrate getting into the game now. What a time to do it. Levius again, the last player standing. There's a lot to deal with. The turret claims him. Oh, you hate to see it.
Certainly no one should be able to convert on that. He's way too far back.
I think they're going to try and fight this anyway.
Waiting for it.
He's recovered. Yeah, ships in the night. They pass through the dark cover on either side of each other. Zekin has gotten deep, but Wisey has a chance to pop out here, and Zelsis is not ready for it. There's a gap in the net. Zekin, though, himself is the cat amongst the pigeons. Tries to get away. The Reckoning deployed, and BLG able to catch him out. Deny Sen the chance to even up the game and now get one step closer to claiming this map themselves.
That was almost so clutch from Zekin. Just didn't know exactly where he wanted to teleport, waited one.
Doesn't have a tailwind. Always had to be like a natty peak. And again, he has no backup. He doesn't expose himself like some of his contemporaries did in this situation earlier this map.
30 seconds left.
Paranoia comes in. Wisey unaffected, though. He's going to be tucked here by the box, but Zekin knows where to dig him out. But here come the reinforcements.
The spike is so far forward.
It is out in the open. Zekin has to help John retrieve, and they've got to come forward. Playing from Crow's Nest now. It's Zekin in a 1 versus 3. Haroshi is too quick for... In that line. Zelsis is about to walk into a trap, and K-Knight from the rafters hangs. It doesn't matter. What a win for Zelsis. Now it's a step forward for Sentinels, but much more to be done. Look at this rotate getting pulled over.
It's convinced them that they have to go back to this A-site center, fully cut noise after getting space back yellow on B. Zelsis caught, so things are evened up, but the plant will be going down 4-3 right now.
He single-handedly opens this opportunity for Sen to get an uncontested B-side plant. Trades his life out. He's done his job for now.
John has a strong amount of utility to play with here as well. Actually has both flashes. They didn't need to use it to take back yellow earlier. He's got the molly for delay. Zekin has a paranoia. Gonna be tough for Bilibili to get back in. They do have a cove maybe to get a safe defuse. They're hoping to use it there. Yep, it's going to be activated.
Paranoia throwing out Zekin, just a little too slow to the punch. Narrate tucked in the corner. He knows he's going to be overwhelmed, and Wisey wants to push up into the rest of the defenders. The high tide comes down, and so does the curtain on this first map.
So that was still Wisey, K-Knight. They know what it takes to get to that position in the bracket to make it to those playoffs. Neff catches a beautiful timing while the rest of the players swing from mid for the distraction. Lovely.
He was waiting for that. He knew, of course, there'd be contact taken by his top mid teammates.
Even a dink onto Zelsis, 13 HP. Back Boba doubling up with John, who has a full kit, but no players to actually use it with.
Shock dart. That's dangerous. Definitely threatening to someone like Zelsis. Now, gonna swing out there, taken down. K-Knight is quite low as his Levius. We're in a post plant though, so Sen just have to throw themselves at this, and YZ will wait for them. Relay bolt to pave the way, and then he slides. Easy as you like. Forget about buying a Val. Can Sen buy a pistol? There's going to be a counter push here coming out of Market.
Spike planted.
Want to go off this paranoia. Second running in. Russia though, ready to receive him. Zek can just cut down before he can really land any sort of damage. Nets is going to push this. Says, oh, well, let's just see what's on the other side of tomorrow. K9 will see John. He'll be low. Easy as you like. Pretty cheap, straightforward bonus. Russia even had a proper rifle in this round. This is continuing the theme of Bilibili. Look at this fast pivot though from Bilibili. They are right into mid. And all of a sudden there's so much pressure on Zelsis. Oh, but Russia caught on the teleport. What a snap from John!
Tiny stuff. He's looking for more. All of BLG are going to be here. Does Zek have a way of getting out scot-free? He wants to hang around, lingers for one, relay bolt. He wants more, but Rushia's got the other side covered. He's fortunate to get out. Fast lane deployed. Seconds out of dodge. But Bilibili want to keep the pressure on, bro. He just doubles back and says, you know, I think I'll take some more. And there's John. Up to 8 kills for those keeping track. And Russia cowering in the smoke. Spike loose and in front of main. He's tucked on the corner now, at least in the position to punish John, so he does. Narrate, though, will put him to... Bilibili, though, do have Neff ready with a null command. And second, Zelsis is playing in the site here.
They use these multiple, reconnaissance, initiator, utility pieces to get really close to B main. Oh. Second, 2 shots to free and easy kills.
Bang wants a bit of the action, too. Nobody's come knocking. Have you heard the good word of our Lord and Savior, the SEN bundle, he says? Back away, still no action. And this is Bilibili knocked down to a pretty anemic kind of buy. Grouping up for this foray on A. Their last gambit here for this round number 5. TP onto the box and they cover the smoke, but drops off that instantly. And as expected, the spam does come in his direction.
Sentinels, they already have made the pivot here. Just a nice double face to deny anyone for Bilibili coming through elbow. Bang in the perfect position for that double face. Make it a high-low play on the box.
Link was smoked up and Bang, yeah, of course, can play from here as Omen. Narrate might want to Prowler out here. Russia was right in the way.
Catch them.
Still no plant yet. Knight had to get off of it because of the threat of the C's coming in. And finally, though, they do stick it. Oh, not sorry, Knight got off the last second again. Okay, we have a plant. Second thinking about it, but that's awkward as the curtain drops. Celsius had his 6. Backing him up as Russia and Knight caught out in the open. Levy is now at risk of being turned into Swiss cheese. Realizes he may as well wait to this ball to see what can be extracted. The answer is absolutely sown.
Position to the way he was playing B main on Split versus Wolves, where he was playing equally as aggressive, but now he's just absorbing that. All right, well, that's a nice way to start the round for YZ. Do you think Coach Bale told him to do that in the timeout? Was that the strat call?
Was it that specific, I wonder? I'm not so sure, but that double stack top mid for Sen is punished. And they've lost their fade util, so they really lack the mechanism with which to get this mid-round info and to set up their re-clears. Now flying blind to some degree, whereas Bilibili, of course, have their Sova setting up to clear their way into elbow. And that'll let YZ in.
That deep recon dart will cut off, or rather get the information for that really obnoxious close right angle. So as far as Sen know, Bilibili could be postured all the way up towards A right now. Second, and Zelsis able to collect 2 in this mid-fight.
And that's really taken off the pressure after things went a little bit awry early. But Levius has gotten deep here. Trapwire cleared, camera also out of the picture. He realizes there might be multiple guns waiting for him in Boba, and here comes the rolling thunder. Sen, watch the sight right behind him. Seconds there with the overdrive 2 and a neural theft.
30 seconds
It's going to tell them everything they need to know, that the spike is en route to A.
Maybe hoping to get a bit more with that Rolling Thunder if Billy had already gone into the site, but they'll be content with just isolating another kill to extend the man advantage of this round. They certainly should expect that YZ could be postured in spawn right now. Russia caught with the utility in hand.
Slipped past YZ, he just wasn't ready for that. Russia had no advance notice whatsoever. Fast lane thrown up here, paranoia in effect, and YZ's going to wrap around, try and play from Ali. Here with a fault line. Sen know where he's coming from no matter what, and Bang will simply try and defuse. John QT brought...
Well done from Sen. Billy, they are forced into this round. Rifles and Guardians. Why is he going fast? And what a kill on the Bang.
Oh, I'm going to be punished. Bang not in a position. And here comes that null command now. Sen starting to scramble on the site, and YZ will run them down. Narrate can barely tuck behind boxes, and YZ comes calling. Makes short work of him.
Oh, you know he's going to go for more. He is not slowing down.
I mean, why not?
Almost out.
Why not? Sen here hopes to maybe play into this double up, but Russia there is watching. Sat behind YZ, giving him a safety net. And of all the players to do this to, Zelsa's here, though, not looking his jovial self right now, as Sen still working on that map deficit. So he will try to slink away. No smart words, no backtalk, no sass. It's about getting out with this gun intact.
That's the first time we've seen BLG just go for an A-slam. Just play with that neon speed. Overdrive is maxed out in terms of value for YZ. They've been going for a lot of mid-round pivots, which just have yet to work for them. So let's take it back to basics.
And this is like
this space with some haste.
This time, Sentinels respect it. They got the kind of comp that can make these retakes work with the breach. How's the timing looking for Bang? Less than ideal.
Oh no!
Both players caught with slappers only.
With that push down now as well, BLG, they're going to feel like they need to get into this A site right now, so they accelerate the pace and they want to flip the site. They want to play towards spawn. It looks like they're at least...
Spike planted.
Maybe YZ does.
They know he's there. Sent a ping in this alley area heavily. They're trying to overwhelm in. Russia on the site, seized, thrown out. Here's YZ, and there he goes.
Oh, just too many players.
Sen playing around him. Really needed to overload him player-wise to win that out. Here comes the Hunter Skiri, though, from elbow. But second got near to the site. Knight, he's got to be under some pressure. Nefia sat on the other side of the dark cover. Will spam if he needs to, but does he know when the rate is? There's the spray. Gets it to half. That ought to be enough. Shock dart comes in. Too little, too late. K-Knight unable.
From Rushu's caught. What they do with the catch, though, to keep on buying. They get the spike down. Keep it rolling. More attempts.
A slower stance over towards A, and it teases Bang out right into the line of fire.
Dink as well. Frustrating for him.
Now right here doesn't want to overextend, it's just him. Trapwire here at link can be played off of if those reinforcements get there, but this is a perfect use case for this neural theft.
I guess the information as far as Nere being the lone man on site at the moment. Why is that? He's going to make a relay bolt, but he's going to get it out the way.
Does he know John's there as well? It's actually 2 players in the set. Oh, that is dirty. Zelsa's though on the side, large and in charge. Deals with the neon. John went down, but Narrate's still alive. They're over towards Ali side, but Russia dinked early in the round at 10 health. They're still able to cause some problems, making waves, and it's on the Vibes Merchant himself. Zelsa's knows 3 players are looking for him. Levius will be the one. Now, a bit of a variation. Looking towards mid, YZ's already started to slink his way up, and wait a minute. Testing market very early. Relay bolt forces Zekin out into the open, and there's a hit coming from B-Main at the same time. Zekin caught in the open.
Caught on the jump up, he had to retreat. He was stunned up. Teleport in now from Russia deep into the site.
Delsus now not quite aware of what's waiting for him on the other side of this dark cover. Has to pick his spot to perfection. Pings his own location, Neff though finds him. Can't see a damn thing, but still knows how to hit that M1 for the boys, and there's a triple swing. Sen have the players lined up. Neff and K-Knight fall by the wayside, and Narrate's gotten into Boba.
What awareness.
That's why he's out of the picture. Now becomes a bit more uncomfortable. BLG, loose footing here on this anti-retake attempt, but gonna try and sneak Russia around. Does he have the look on Narrate? So aware Narrate was been, but not ready for that. Bang, percent on both sides, tries to break half of the pincer, but doesn't know where to look. This time Bang doesn't want any early action.
He wants to teleport away. He's been having a tough time with those early fights that Bilibili have been happy to take. Double face down mid, K-Knight caught completely unaware.
But Bilibili knew about the double face. YZ spammed that area in a previous round and got a kill. Sen still trusting in that setup with their 2 initiators at the top of the map.
Drop the spike.
Smoke thrown over towards elbow. That's from Bang. So YZ does feel a little uncomfortable pressing up. Look at this positioning. Double flash. Rusha wants to swing. Doesn't actually catch anyone. SEN are happy to just play off-site right now.
This insert for Zelsis in mid. I'm pretty sure he hears Levius there and he even sees him. Doesn't want to commit. Here's that null command now to supplement this hit to the A side. With Spike already down. Levius just doubles back and knew Zelsis was there, deals with him.
I love this null command. I mean, SEN are obviously going to play this for full retake with the man advantage that they had, but it's just going to give so much delay. It's going to reduce the clock by such a significant extent. Here comes the util. Now the retake can come in.
Decken gets into the side immediately. Across the Snaffle with the Stinger's able to fight him up close, but YZ looking for the Neon. Gets out on the side. It's 2 with the Stinger for Decken. Now BLG down to just Levius. And he can't see this tap on the Spike. Flash there for John to set up a third kill. Let's get some info. Then pulls off. No double stack top mid this round for SEN because John is helping at A early.
Oh, on a rare round where Zekin gets incredibly active in B main. He was playing that much more passively earlier, mixes it up.
They know this is coming, Wyatt. They know they can rotate early through alley.
And again, this is SEN. They can play this for retake if they want. Bang is actually trying to swing, but it's denied by the relay pull. He is inserted deep in the site, but this Rolling Thunder is ready to get ripped to assist him.
Okay, TP out of that awkward spot for Rushia now. He's able to play that link side. Give another option for Bilibili. John is biding his time. He's got just the answer for this. And here's Bilibili maladroitly touching down. Bang got dealt with. Rushia's in a bit of a nasty spot, but Celsius just clears him out. YZ slides back into action now. And there's some presence here from Ali. John's going to get pressured. Flash himself on the angle. YZ tries to turn it. No swing just yet. Takes 2, tries it again. This time, SEN.
Clock.
Oh, K9 saw something there. Late re-explore, switches to the Ghost, gets some good damage. Zekin was the one with the armor.
Wait, the shock dart. Does it? Oh my god!
Down to 13. Dangerous now.
Crazy.
Bilibili, you're not going to let SEN mill around mid. They're going to dig them out if they just linger. And they have.
That entire time, Celsius was getting space over towards a fault line. He wants to swing off. There's so many players to face, but he does even things up, not without taking a lot of damage. Shock dart could be lethal this time. No. Goes wide.
Zekin and Zelsis both low. But still in the game. Still paranoia there. Flash util also disrupting BLG as they try and set up from link. They're going to push the site now. Through the smoke. Bang, tucked in the corner. Everybody comes to him, served up on the silver platter.
Close corner towards elbow. Lethal range.
And a double swing potentially set up for BLG. We're going to work.
Trade it.
Okay.
Okay. Second on the slide.
Yeah, K9 being dealt with on the other side is a problem, but BLG have mostly stacked this site. Delasess, spray is good. YZ can't defeat the crosshair placement. And he'll take his ult orb as well.
That flash just an inch away from connecting onto Zelsis, but doesn't quite go far enough. That's going to make things very easy to close this out and get a clean anti-eco for SEN, who, as opposed to Bilibili, they are buying.
Peek out, take a risk to get some information, and look to punish them as a result.
This drone could be dangerous. It's broken. Narrate on the swing, wins the duel with the Stinger.
And now the neural theft, that's just what they were looking for. Zekin's 2 kills in the previous round, plus ult orb pickup gives them this very important ultimate in a situation like this, and they know A is a short-headed site. They know YZ is lingering close to top mid. But do they know that he's
30
this
seconds
close?
left.
Oh, the timing. You can't manufacture that. Narrate's able to respond. That's the second kill for his Stinger in this round. This bonus from SEN so far has been smooth sailing.
He just can't help but want to go for more. Rusha's going to get forced a little bit out in the open here. Time is getting so low, but he is shot down. 1 versus 1.
That kill, that's the one that might break the back of BLG. In this round, in this map even. Looks like a fault line connected onto K9 in link. So SEN are knowers.
Last player.
They're going to deal with him. What a clean round this has been, and then an opportunity. Sorry, Zelsis just blew up your spot.
Oh, and now they know he's tucked in the corner. He has the paranoia. He's stuck. He's cooked. He's cooked.
Caught out by the util combo, and now the B-site definitely has a bullseye on it. Prowler out. Of course, seeing that trap wire, Levius caught in the fault line, but inside the smoke, a degree of safety. He can tuck in this little alcove, but he knows the vultures are starting to circle.
So they want to go even further. They're getting into that backside, trying to post up. Second at a deep position. Levius still there, and he is caught.
Little wayward. That one is nice. Neff drops down. That's a Zekin understands his projectile motion pretty well. So this round, like the alphabet, will end with X, YZ trying to come out with a couple cute swings, but will be